Koma.
Thanks for having me. Is the camera working? Because I want to record this, put it on YouTube.
Oh, it's rolling.
It's a good experience. I actually really appreciate this. It's the first time I give a talk just for fun. Like usually it's more like you're getting graded. You know, and this summer I actually took a CAS class. All you guys probably took CAS 100. It's great. But my saying for today is do something cool today. All right, so I come here as a freshman. Classes are online. Like, what am I doing here, honestly? Am I going out on the weekends, doing class in my dorm, waking up, facing the laptop? Like, what is this? I'm just curious. Like, what's the point of going to a college when you don't have classes to go to? Just the degree? I don't know. I don't know about that one. You know, it's more than anything is the experience you make while you're here and what you decide to do with that. So, do something cool today is the theme. We're going to the next slide. This ties into fashion. I come to Penn State. What am I wearing? Shorts, Penn State gear, pretty much every day. Why? Because I want to fit in. But you guys know what anyway, this is the fashion society. More important than fitting in, you're telling, because you're afraid people are going to judge you. But more important than that, what you wear tells people what to think of you. So, I obviously did not know what to tell people to think of me because I was wearing this every day. I wasn't going to the gym or nothing like this. I was just all the time wearing just like stuff everyone else is wearing. Didn't really differentiate myself. Next slide. I love it. So we go on this fashion thing. Care what people think. Show them what they should think. So every time you leave this the dining hall or whatever, you're presenting yourself to people, not just the way you dress, but the way you act, the way you talk to people. Like, you're telling them what to think of you. So, like, especially when you're meeting somebody for the first time, confidence, you know. My name's Mason. Nice to meet you. It really matters, because who in here thinks it's bad to judge people? Raise your hand. Like, I think there's a big difference between judging people the right way and the wrong way. Alright? Because the number one thing you need in a relationship, such as a friend, is trust. Okay? So how can you know if you trust a person without judging them? I'm not just saying what they're wearing or how they act, how they talk to you, but most importantly is what makes this person trusty to you? What makes them a friend? And sometimes the little things in small talk conversations, talking about cool stuff, talking about things you relate to, is way more valuable than just talking about the weather. And where am I going with this whole talk is because as a freshman, I'm getting back to it, I didn't know what I was doing. I was having all these small little skim-of-the-water relationships with all these people. I had no direction. I really didn't know what I was doing every day. I was doing my classes, you know, and like, let me just be honest, I have a 3.0 GPA. There's nothing too special about that. All right? So I'm like, in high school I made videos. I'm just going to fire up videos again. You know what I mean? I'm just going to do fun stuff. So there's a mosh pit at Penn State. You know, freshmen we all got here. I'm a junior, by the way, so if you guys are juniors, you know what I'm talking about. And I just interviewed kids about it. It was fun. They loved it. They were sending it to their parents, and people were telling me, oh, like, you interviewed kids, that's cool. And I never really did it again until winter break. I go home, and I'm like, reconsider the whole thing. Like, why am I at Penn State? Like, what am I doing to make a difference here? And shebang, just made this account called Cedar State. Started posting on it. Like, literally whatever I wanted. And that's the best part about it. It's just something I created just so I could show other people what I'm doing. If that was cool or whatever. I do little vlogs, I do little interviews. A lot of these guys in the front row are in the videos because it's really just my friends and what I'm doing. I don't go out of my way to make the videos. I just bring the camera with me. It's a social aspect that I can talk to people when I first meet them. Like, why do you have a camera, dude? Like, let me tell you about it. Let me tell you. It's fun. You know, this is what I do because I have a purpose when I go places. Creating college memories. And most importantly, digital media stays forever. And you might go to one place for one night. You might go to some party, you go home. Who's going to remember? Like, oh, February 2019. Mason was at the party. No, but the video, I can show my kids. In 2060, in their face, look at this. This is Penn State back in the day. Your old daddy was getting down with it. You know, so, next slide. All right, these are the best tips for me that I did. I'm not saying, again, like, I'm a 3.0 GPA. Who wants it? Like, I'm not saying to be like me, but I love doing this, like, guaranteed. Freshman year, every time I get food, pretty much, it's like, I was on my own schedule. I'd wake up early and I'd go by myself. I'm like, why am I going to this dining hall by myself? I'm going to sit down with a new group of people every time I go. So I was a freshman walking in the dining hall, and I'd sit down with a new group of people every time I went to the dining hall. And just stuff like that opened up so many connections. And what did I usually talk about with them? The cool stuff I'm doing with some vids, you know? I'm an engineering major. I have nothing to do with videos. It's purely a hobby, and people do not understand that. And like everyone asks me, like, why do you do videos just for fun? Man, you do get paid for this? No, do not get paid. I do not get paid for Cedar State videos. I turned into a freelance videographer because of the opportunities I did from doing little cool things, as I call it. But it was 100% fun freshman year. Hey, your club needs a video. You know, you don't have too much exposure right now because of COVID. I'll do a video for you, no problem. Free. First one's free. Next slide. All right, this is a good question I like to ask people. How much time do you waste every day? I want to like ask somebody in the crowd here. How much time? Who wants to answer? You? How much time do you waste every day? Like in hours? Probably like 3. How much time do you waste every day? Both of you.
Like upwards of
5.
5.
6. Well, my favorite part about that question is I never defined what wasting time is. You know what I mean? So you just admitted to yourselves that you're wasting that time. Is sitting in front of the TV after doing some homework wasting your time if you truly enjoy it? That's up for debate. So my brother said to me one time, we are completely different, but I trust him. That's why we're so close. You don't have to be the same to be friends with somebody. You just have to like have trust. It's the most important part of our relationships. And he said to me, Mason, like, why are you always doing this? Like, all this stuff doesn't really matter. All you have to do is be happy. Like, all life is just being happy with everything you do. And I was like, no, I just like to be productive and just like grind out stuff and make a difference. I like making a difference on people is my purpose. He's like, well, my purpose is just being happy myself. As long as I can sit in my room and be happy all day. And that's where we differentiate. That's where we're different. But that's okay. But that's the thing about being at Penn State. It's not a grind the whole time. Wasting time isn't wasting if you're enjoying it. If you're enjoying watching TV, sitting on TikTok for 30 minutes, having a laugh or two or a couple videos, it's not wasting time to me. So it's more about valuing your time throughout the day and taking those breaks to do something cool. All right, next slide. Awareness. I think personally everything matters. I overthink everything. This could be a problem with me, but I overthink everything down to the littlest bit. And the thing is, like, you live in the decision you're making right now, like super small ones. Like it's the craziest part about Penn State because you make a friend with somebody and that changes your life. Like, next thing you know, you might, in the extremes, you're living with them, you're hanging out with them on the weekends. Everything you have experienced with that person that you just met somehow, usually from small talk conversation or sitting down with them at the dining hall, it really changes your life. So the people you surround yourself with is the most important thing, especially at college. And that's being aware about it. Because I know a lot of kids that come back here and they just kind of hang out with kids from their high school, things they're comfortable with because they already trust these people. But the whole thing I'm getting on today is not just doing cool things, but building that trust with new people to find new relationships, new opportunities, and so on. Next slide. Boom. Nittany Lion. I did these Cedar State videos for fun, and this guy DMs me on Instagram. He's like, dude, meet me, this building, this time, I have an opportunity for you. I was like, well, what is this? And I go to this meeting, he's like, he said it was about videos, by the way, and I go to this meeting and he goes, I'm the Nittany Lion, I need a videographer. I was like, this is beginning of Juke's sophomore year. After doing all these free video projects that really just for fun. Like, I literally just did videos just for fun. Like, no payment at this point whatsoever. All freshman year, every video I ever did was just for fun. And this guy comes up to me, he's like, I really like what you're doing with I saw your social media. Can you be my videographer? And I'm like, what's this entail? Just come around with me to events and you get to go in the field for the game. I'm like, yes, all right, and I did that. And that opened up opportunity for me. And I'm not saying you need to create some social media to open up opportunity, but by me, it all came down to me getting on the field for the game, for me sitting down with random people at lunches freshman year to like build up this social ladder that exists at Penn State. I mean, you guys all know Greek life, you know, it exists there, but it exists in all stages because you trust somebody as much as, yeah, say my friend introduces me to someone. This is, my friend says, hey, yo, meet my boy Matt here. I trust Matt already because my friend trusts him. And I'm not saying that's how I got the Film and Indie line, but meeting people, having small conversations, and just getting my name out there with digital media, which is extremely important, helped make it to this point. And I'm a junior now. Couldn't be more thankful. Next slide. I love this quote. Life's a party, you just have to plan it. It really is. The biggest thing I could tell you right now is I live by myself. And if I just stay in my room, like the whole night on the weekends, like nobody would really, not too many people notice. It's like, you literally, that's why they put you in dorms with 2 people freshman year. It makes, getting out there is bigger than just getting out there. Like I said, I keep using the dining hall as an example, but just going to class, meeting people, not even meeting people, meeting your professors, having conversations, learning how to be a better communicator. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, in high school and in middle school, I took speech lessons. I'm not a good talker. I can't pronounce some words. I don't know if you guys can know this, but I used to be shy. I used to be, I feel like in 7th grade, I was like the kid everyone like picked on in the friend group. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I was bullied. I didn't have it worse than anybody else, but I definitely was not confident whatsoever. And I'm not going to say there was a time in my life where some light shined up and I was like, this is what I have to do. But it was just kind of a realization of my surroundings and taking opportunity. Like, everyone says the whole networking thing, that's not true. It's your friends. Like, it's literally your friends. Like, there's no such thing as connecting with someone on LinkedIn and they automatically trust you enough to have you work for their job. No, you have a friend that's involved in something, who tells you about something, who tells you something, tells somebody else about you, who also trusts them. It's the whole trust thing. It's the whole networking is only your friends. And at the end of the day, I'm not saying that I wouldn't have a good time here at Penn State if I didn't do videos, but for me, it's my purpose in a sense of social, all right? Because I'm not a frat. That's how I get in the parties. They're just like, yeah, I'll film your party, and that's that. And I'm not saying that I think everyone else should do it. I think it's a unique taste, and it's kind of weird sometimes because I don't like being in front of cameras. I don't never tag myself in a Cedar State video. I've been on a couple for interviews, but I'm still scared to be on videos, you know? And everyone thinks I'm like super confident and just does whatever I want to do, but it's kind of funny that it's not true. It's not true. And I want to highlight more than anything else that there's a couple sayings when you're young and people hammer down at you like, be the best at what you do. No. You will never be the best at what you do. Like, physically, mentally, there's peaks and dips for everybody. Like, you'll never be the best at what you do. So what do you do instead? Do everything you possibly can, and because it's all about experience. Through my Penn State career, you know those kids that walk around in uniform on campus? That's me. I'm an ROTC. Industrial engineering. I'm a free-time videographer, freelance videographer, do the Cedar State thing. But I also do podcasts, I make SoundCloud mixes, I do business conference videos for the engineering, sports marketing, film the cheerleaders on the film, take pictures of the lineettes, film an indie line, do sorority, rush videos, do sorority formal pictures, do Greek videos, rush videos, party videos, a lot of videos, but at the same time, why just pick one thing and pursue it when you know you're never going to be the best at it, and be the jack of all trades, do everything all you can while you're here, because the whole thing is you're getting that experience. If you do more than one thing, you're going to meet way more people that way, and see if you trust people, more people in network. And in all that, it's planning for the party that is life, but you're living it out. Because every decision you make, if you don't brush your teeth in the morning, people don't want to talk to you. If you're wearing the same socks, you got the dogs out, campus, people might not be into that. I mean, obviously these are the extremes, but what I like to say, let the dogs out. What I like to say is, don't judge people negatively, but take attributes from people that you meet and use them to better yourself. You know, like I like attributes of my friends, people I meet. I'm like, I'm gonna take that tribute on to me. Or I like your tribute. Let me get to know you. And attributes can be seen in what people wear, the small conversations people bring up, and most importantly, the cool things you're doing. Because it's only more to talk about. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Alrighty, thank you so much for coming and speaking to everyone. We truly appreciate your time. I hope you all learned something from that. It was very